Nathan Stilp with us here on the John Mendola Show. We're talking Holy Redeemer Soccer. You also play ice hockey. Pretty cool. Let's first talk about ice hockey, because that's the sport that you got to travel down to Philadelphia to play some ice hockey today. But tell us a little bit about how you got involved with ice hockey and what you like about it.
Well, my grandma got tickets one day. We went to a game, and me and my family just fell in love with it. My brother started playing when he was about 4 or 5, and then once I reached the age of 4 or 5, I started playing, and ever since, I've just loved the game.
Lots of traveling on the weekend.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about family time, heading places, and sometimes it might be more than 2 hours, it might be 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah, I've traveled all over the East Coast. I've been to New York, Connecticut, Maryland, Delaware, New Jersey, all over for tournaments, even for games, 2 hours for one game. It's kind of crazy, but it's a lot of fun.
Let's talk about what position you're playing in ice hockey.
I play center.
Okay. Now, how much different, you play defense in soccer,
Yeah.
so you got to kind of switch hats a little bit?
I feel like the defense part of soccer helps me in hockey though, because I use my feet a lot in hockey because I can always just kick it to my stick or whatever, and I just feel like it gives me a more defensive side, but then I can just go attack if I need to.
Do you ever worry about that crossover or the injuries, or it's just, hey, you just go out and play? It could happen walking down the street.
Yeah, because in soccer this year I broke my arm, so that put me out in soccer for 4 weeks, and hockey for 6, and today's my first game back for hockey, so hoping to make a good first impression.
You're full steam ahead. I love it. Let's talk about soccer and the friendships you have here on this Holy Redeemer team.
Well, this is my 6th year with the Holy Redeemer soccer program, and some of these kids I've played with for 6 years, and it's been a great experience. And a lot of new kids, like freshmen, sophomores, kids I met 2 years ago. A lot of good people around me.
And as far as the team this year, Coach said, hey, we went through the injuries, including yourself, who was out, but you guys tried to battle through. You got into the playoffs now, fully healthy. Anything can happen. You feel pretty good about where you're at?
Yeah, because I feel like when a lot of us went down, a lot of young guys stepped up. So now we have more depth and know what we really have, even if not in the starting lineup, but on the bench as well.
You're a senior this year, so you got some decisions to make for 2023. Let's talk a little bit about where you're at as far as an academic end, and then, is there a radar of a couple hours away from here?
I think I want to stay local, just stay close to families, stay working, and stay home. I don't want to dorm, and I want to study finance. So one of the local schools, I've applied to a couple, so I still have to see what I get.
How about sports? A couple local schools might have some ice hockey or some soccer for that matter. Are you thinking in either of those areas?
I've considered it, but I haven't made a definite decision if I want to play or just focus on studies, but it's something I'll make in the future.
As far as Coach Davitt, talk a little bit about his leadership as a coach. What does he try to bring out of you guys?
He tries to bring the best out of us every time we play. Sometimes we weren't on our best game, but he'll just uplift us and just keep us going, especially when we were down a bunch of people. It was a depressing time because people were sad and we thought, we weren't going to do good. But we excelled even more, and we just got to where we are today because of that.
You talk a little bit about trying to get through tough times. You mentioned a little bit about the closeness of your family. Talk about that support, whether it's with the academics or the athletics, obviously driving you places, but being there to encourage you, say, hey, you got this. You could go get that A in that test tomorrow.
Yeah, my parents are definitely my biggest supporters. They're always encouraging me, in whether sports, school, anything. They drive me to 2-hour games, 3-hour games. They would take me to 44 there and back every day. And it wasn't easy because it's a haul for us. But they've always just supported me. My brother's taken me if he needs to. But now I'm driving, so it's a little bit easier on them. But I've had all the support I need to get where I am today.
Well, all the best on the ice. Big first game back. Wish you the best in the playoffs through soccer at Holy Redeemer. Nathan, great to catch up with you.
Thank you.